Okay, guys, now that I'm feeling comfortable enough and calmed down enough, I am going to tell you what happened today, period. So, those with chronic illness know how hard it is to have a good day, where you have even an hour to 2 hours window time frame to do something fun and enjoyable, period. Don't know why I said period. Because I talk to my phone when I talk to people in texting, I always say period at the end of the sentence, because you have to in order to complete the sentence. Anyway, today was our first time ever having someone discriminate against us. We were at the school. My daughter was learning to drive, and Ellie had to go potty. Not that she needed to be, but she was vested. She had her service dog vest on, and she was going potty. Well, the superintendent of schools decided to come over and tell me that Ellie wasn't allowed on property. I said, okay, but she's a service dog, so she is allowed. He continued to tell me it doesn't matter that she's a service dog, she is not allowed on property. I go, it does matter she's a service dog. The ADA law states that my dog is allowed anywhere I go. And he decided to continue to fight with me on it. I said, okay, I will be getting my lawyer. He said, okay, go ahead. I'm thinking that he's used to being told that someone will get their lawyer involved, and they don't, because they think that he probably thinks that by the looks of the way I was dressed, that not smart enough to get a lawyer or something. I'm guessing that's what he thought. So when he was walking away from his vehicle, because he had walked back to the school at this point, or the office at this point, and had walked to his vehicle, and so I proceeded to go over to the vehicle and tried to show him the ADA law. And he's like, he basically said he didn't care, she needed to get off. Oh, and before he walked back over to the vehicle, he told me that my dog, I needed to get permission to have my dog on property ahead of time. My dog had to be documented. I said, no, she doesn't. I don't need permission from you. She does not need to be documented. And he said, she most certainly does. I said, there is no documentation for service dogs. He goes, there most certainly is. I go, there most certainly is not. And as soon as he said, there most certainly is, he said it in that tone. That's when I got rude. That's when I got pissed. That's when I got livid. So I said, there most certainly is not. There is no legal documentation, clarification, registration, none of that for a service dog. And if you want to fight me on this, you can go to the ADA page, law page, and look it up. Please look it up and understand what you're saying before you decide to say anything. And so I proceeded to try and look up the ADA law, but unfortunately my phone wouldn't let me. And he basically said that he didn't care, she needs to get off the property. Okay. So I said, all right, no, okay. You think that I'm all talk, no action. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a force to be reckoned with. You mess with me, you're messing with the wrong person. I don't get combative very often, unless it's protecting my rights, and this is protecting my rights. I have never, ever been discriminated against. He was basically discriminating against me because of my service dog. And I'm sorry, that is illegal. And I came home, I called the ADA, and I recorded the conversation with the ADA to make sure I was in the right. And I am in the right. The only place that a service dog is not allowed, which is totally understandable for safety reasons of the patient and the doctors, is the operating room and burn units. Okay. She said, as long as the dog is leashed and under your control. I said, well, she wasn't leashed, so that was where I was bad. That's where I was wrong, and I will apologize for that. However, my dog listens to me, so she technically was under my control. But not technically, because she wasn't leashed. But anyway, and the ADA said that he was in the wrong. That she is allowed anywhere I go. And she is an ADA dog due to the fact that she has tasks that help my disability. She is a medical alert dog. She is not a life-saving medical alert dog as of yet. However, her alerts to me, even though she's learning them, she learned on her own, and it has been a godsend to me. We've been learning tasks that help me, but she learned the alert part on her own, and I'm getting used to her alerting me. She'll come up to me out of the blue and demand me to grab a hold of her, basically, and I'm like, okay, so I'm petting, and then next thing I know, within a few minutes, she's laying down right next to me, and my pain intensifies out of the blue. So she's starting to warn me, giving me between a 3-minute to 10-minute window frame of my pain intensifying, so I can sit down, because sometimes it is crippling where I will fall down because it hurts so bad that I'm leaning over because it hurts so bad. So she is a medical alert dog. So anyway, I talked with the ADA, and then I called the communications department of the school, and I let them know. They said I wanted to speak to him, and they asked if there was anything that they would like to relay to him. And I said to her, just so he knew, that yes, I was discriminated against by him, and I would like for us to rectify the situation face-to-face and in person versus getting legal action. I do have the ADA ready to take legal action on my behalf. I called them and I said, okay. They said, yep. Sometimes they don't get back to us right away. Sometimes they can't help fight everything, which is understandable, but I'm not going to tell them that part. They don't need to know that part. They need to know that I do have a complaint with the ADA, and I will be getting a lawyer if necessary. I will have a lawsuit. And, I never understood. I'm like, I understand now. I mean, some cases I've always figured, okay, you really don't need a lawsuit. Try and handle it face-to-face if you can. And if you can't, then have a lawsuit. And I've never had discriminative action like this. And now I understand why that people will have a lawsuit. I'm not a lawsuit type of person, unless absolutely necessary, and I've never been discriminated against. And what I told the communications person is this: all I want him to do is to read up on the ADA law, contact the ADA on the rights of disabled people versus what his rule is for no dogs on property, and realize that I was in the right and that he needs to brush up on the law so this does not happen to another person. If he does not want to cooperate, I will be going forward with my lawsuit. And that is what I told the communications department of the school. I said, I don't want to. I'm not that type of person, but I was discriminated against because of my dog. My dog is a service dog, and if he does not want to work on this with me, I'm sorry, but I will be pressing discriminating charges against him. He didn't think that I would. You don't mess with me. And Selena, my daughter, says, well, what if he decides to try and come after me? I said, he will lose his job. I will not rest until he loses his job. If he goes after my daughter because of this, he will lose his job. That's it. Oh my God! Selena! Wasn't he at the awards ceremony?
Yes, he was.
He was at... Oh my God! He was right there at the awards ceremony petting my dog!
He was... No, wait. No, I think you're thinking about Mr. Switzer.
No, the Mr. What's-his-name was there too, wasn't he? It was Mr. Switzer, who was the principal. But the superintendent was there too. If I'm correct, I'm going to have to look back on the video. Thank God I have video. Because, oh my God, my dog was right in the front row. Right, oh my God. Right in the front row, in the school. And then he was petting the dog afterward. I don't have video proof of him petting the dog, but I think I'm right. Okay, I'm going to go. Thanks for watching. I will let you know if I'm right.